what kinds of things are likely to be preventing you from happiness. How concerned she was about artificial intelligence. Change is coming. Amazing! Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff. It's been a while. How are you? I'm great. It's glorious weather here in the UK. Summer has arrived, which always gives us a lift, doesn't it? I know I've got quite a few new subscribers recently, and those of you who've been subscribed a long time, I have a favour to ask of you. If there is anything that you can think of that is preventing your happiness and well-being, or anything that I can help you with, will you please tell me in the comments box down below so that I know when I'm creating videos for you that I am actually hitting the mark and for sure helping you to increase your happiness and well-being. Now, this is becoming more and more important. This is a kind of off-the-cuff video really, because I want to stress to you the importance of increasing your happiness. Now, if you've been with me for a long time, you know that I have been helping you to kind of create your happiness from within and to tackle all of those, shall we call them issues, but all of the things internally, your thoughts, your way of thinking, and so on, that have been preventing you from being as content as you could be. The whole of Happy Stuff and Fluff, the channel altogether, has been about that, tackling those issues, and I'm going to continue with those. But for a short while, we moved away from kind of happiness internally, and I was thinking about the question, what kinds of things are likely to be preventing you from happiness? And of course, health is a big one. And for those of you who haven't watched the last few videos, I talked about Mindy Pelz, Fast Like a Girl, and I've talked about Jessie Inchauspe and The Glucose Goddess. These are two books, just two books, that if you read and take up some of the suggestions in these two books, then you will be on your way to being healthier and living a healthier life. Now, fasting is also linked to longevity, and that's something we talk about on this channel too, living longer. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that. I've touched on my supplements from Do Not Age. We've done that, and those will also help you enormously. I mean, the supplement industry in terms of health and longevity is coming on leaps and bounds. But you do have to be careful that you're taking the best. And I think Do Not Age is the best. The purest ingredients go into their supplements, and they are what I take. So I'll leave a link to a few of the supplements I take from them down below. It's all down below, you know that. Okay, so why I wanted to talk about this particular subject is because it's come up once or twice. Now, I know that from a statistical point of view and from my YouTube channel, that a high percentage of you who watch are still working. And one of you, who's a viewer, when we were talking about happiness, was telling me how concerned she was about artificial intelligence. Now, it's coming thick and fast. Change is coming. Change is coming. Of that, there is no doubt. Now, as human beings, we are adaptable. That's why we've survived for so long. We are quite capable of change. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, as I'm sure you know. I don't need to tell you that. But in the long term, it tends to turn out for the best if we prepare for it. I'm not a techie person. However, you don't have to know, for example, how it works when you switch the light on to take advantage of the light that comes through electricity. That's how it's going to be with artificial intelligence. I mean, some of the things that I've been reading are amazing. Our lives as we know it are going to change, and incredible things are happening in terms of helping humanity. Now, that's my stance and that's what I'm holding. However, in order to achieve the benefits that we are going to get from artificial intelligence, we have to come to grips with the possible downsides. I know this. The first thing that's hitting everyone in the face at the moment is possibly losing your job because of artificial intelligence taking over your particular line of work. It is a serious threat, and if you're worried, then you probably have a right to be worried. What I would say to you is, it's now time that the sensible, silent majority started to not be so silent and started to become more involved with actually what's going on and make our feelings known about it. Simple thing I want to say in this video is, if you are concerned in any way, shape or form about your job or that of any of your family, I suggest strongly that you contact your Member of Parliament, or in the States, your representative. I'm not quite sure how that works. And ask them, what are they doing to prepare for the number of job losses that are going to occur because artificial intelligence is taking over that particular line of work. You need to do this. The government needs to know that this is what we're concerned about, and we want to know how they're planning to deal with it. It's no use them. I saw a dreadful advert actually talking about how something along the lines of the British are going to be a superpower in artificial intelligence. Oh, come on, do we have to use those terms anymore? Superpower? Haven't we learned our lesson on that one? But that's a whole nother story, but a whole nother channel that I don't actually have. My concern is your happiness. What's stopping you, from some of you, from being happy at the moment is being concerned about your way of life and your way of earning a living. So don't just let it happen. Find out about it. Read as much as you can. A lot of it goes like that when I'm looking at coding and what they're doing and how it's happening and so on. I'm talking about looking at how it's going to affect our lives. And if you see something that, as opposed to it being a positive thing through artificial intelligence, it's actually being used for greed, then boycott those industries that do that. Boycott those shops. This is where we come into our own in terms of the power that we have to say, yes, I agree with that, or no, I don't. And it comes down to where you put your money and your footfall. I'm sounding like a rah-rah person, but I am about this because it's like this. Artificial intelligence is not just coming, it is here. And exponentially, it's coming like this, thick and fast, to the extent that in 12 months, 2 years, we probably won't even recognise how we live our lives. I mean, I remember my mother once saying something like, when we were talking about mobile phones, she said something along the lines of, oh, apparently now you can just walk down the street and just talk to someone in a different country. She didn't quite grasp the thing of mobile phones, but the fact is that she's now right. She's right. In fact, every science fiction program or book you've ever read or watched, it's right here, right now. And as I say, we can use this for the good. We can use it for positivity, for humanity, but we have to make sure that that's what happens. Now, obviously, there's no one single answer to this, and I'm sure we'll be having conversations as we go along. But just for now, I wanted to say that it's been brought to my attention. One of my viewers concerned she's going to lose her job because artificial intelligence can quite easily take over her work. So, what are the government doing for that person? What would the government do for you if your job is being taken over by an artificial intelligence program? I'd be very interested to know what you think. Now, increasing your happiness. So you might think with the enormity of all of those things, this is what human beings are about. It's about love. It's about happiness. Happiness is not just a luxury. I've said this to you before. We know that happy people live longer. We know that happy people are more resilient. We know that happy people approach things and problems in a more creative way. It's more important than ever that you prioritise your happiness, start to build your resilience, start to look at what artificial intelligence, as this is the biggest change that I'm talking about at the moment, what could that mean for you? And how do you, if it's possible to prepare, or, as I say, write to your representative, your government representatives, and ask them, what is their policy on helping people whose jobs have been taken over by artificial intelligence? Okay, I'll stop there. Get off my soapbox. I mean, this is the most exciting thing, I feel. What do you think? Let me know in the comments box below. And please remember to tell me if there's anything else other than artificial intelligence that you think's on the horizon that's going to pinch some of your contentment and happiness, and I'll see if I can do anything about it. Because if it's bothering you, it will be bothering others too. Let's get to it. I'll see you next time. And until then, remember that on the happy stuff and fluff, we're getting happy, living longer and growing younger. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.